You're watching Time Warner Cable News on ABC 45.
And thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sharon Stone. Those stories are coming right up, but first here at 6. Meteorologist Doug Lindsay is here, the first check of that weather on the One's forecast. And Doug, thought it was a pretty nice day overall.
Not bad, it was definitely cooler than yesterday.
See you in a few. Thank you, Doug. After more than a decade, plans are underway to start construction on the first section of the Winston-Salem Northern Beltway. Kristen Drummond shows us the first leg of this 34-mile project and concerns of people living nearby. The 4-mile stretch is expected to open November 2018. The next section the DOT will try and construct is from 158 to US 311 in the Walkertown area. DOT will know next month when that project is scheduled. The next U.S. Attorney General could be the first African-American woman to hold this job, and she's a North Carolina native. U.S. Attorney Loretta Lynch was born in Greensboro, grew up in Durham. Her parents still live in the Bull City. Her brother preaches at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Charlotte. He follows in their father's footsteps, who led congregations in several North Carolina cities. Lynch graduated from Harvard Law in 1984. She has twice been confirmed as a U.S. attorney, once in 2000, again in 2010. The White House has not said the president will nominate Lynch. Officials close to the process say she looks to be the front runner to replace Eric Holder. North Carolina's newly elected 12th District Congresswoman is already in the nation's capital. Alma Adams left this morning to immediately take over the remainder of Mel Watt's term that runs through the end of the year. That comes after a campaign that ended Tuesday with the Democrat defeating Republican Vince Coakley with 75% of the vote. Adams thinks her 20 years in North Carolina's General Assembly will help her make a quick transition. Adams says she'll be settling into her office, hiring staff, and attending training for newly elected legislators. She's scheduled to be sworn in on the 12th. The Sixth Circuit Federal Court of Appeals upheld bans or restrictions on same-sex marriage in Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky, and Tennessee. That contradicts other federal rulings. North Carolina's ban was declared unconstitutional. This makes it much more likely the U.S. Supreme Court will have to take up the issue and make a final ruling. Heather Moore shows us what the latest legal ruling could mean for same-sex marriage and couples who have already gotten married in our state. This debate continues to play out in courts across the country. In North Carolina, there's another battle brewing between some magistrates and the administrative office of the courts over performing those ceremonies. For more on that, you can go to our website, twcnews.com, do a keyword search for same-sex marriage. Police in Delaware are investigating NASCAR driver Kurt Busch for domestic assault. He has not been charged. Jenna Barnes joins us now from our Charlotte Update Center with the latest. There's more fallout from the Weinstein report on academic fraud at UNC Chapel Hill. The university's Greek community is speaking out on the charges in the report that detail fraternity involvement in no-show paper classes. The Daily Tar Heels spoke with Keenan Drum, the president of the school's Interfraternity Council, who said, quote, the allegations are egregiously generalized and overblown. In the report, Weinstein said the largest source of referrals from non-student athletes was the fraternity network on campus. However, Drum says that when you crunch the numbers, it's comparable to the rest of the student body. And still to come here at 6 o'clock.
ABC 45.
A new cancer control plan is unveiled for North Carolina. Today, the State Advisory Committee on Cancer Coordination and Control released a comprehensive plan to reduce cancer in the state. Amy Elliott shows us they hope to see positive results within 6 years. The American Cancer Society says 52,000 new cases are expected in North Carolina over the next year. The Breathing Room turns a year old. This business works to provide affordable community access to yoga and holistic care while also creating an incubator for local artists and entrepreneurs. Organizers planned massages, a street festival, and more to celebrate. Owners say they have about 24 wellness practitioners and instructors from yoga therapy to hypnosis and music teachers.
Starting a business from scratch is a lot of work, and it's really blown me away how much the community has formed around this passion of really bringing yoga and the arts to everyone.
The street festival starts Saturday evening at 5 p.m. and the after party is at 9 o'clock. More than 1,800 servicemen and women put their training to the test this morning for the annual Fort Bragg Army 10-miler. The race kicked off bright and early. This year's event is in honor of Veterans Day. The race is traditionally held in June for the Army's birthday, but officials decided on November this year. Your sports is up next here at 6 o'clock. The regular season of high school football comes to a close tonight. JB Ricks joins us live from East Forsyth High School with details on tonight's big games. And Duke University celebrates the 25th anniversary of the Berlin Wall. See how in our Carolina Minute. Doesn't it seem like we were just kicking off the high school football season? Just like that. The playoffs begin next week. That means tonight will be the regular season finale for teams all across the Triad. Our JV Ricks joins us live from East Forsyth High School with more on tonight's matchup. Hey, JV.
Hey, Sharon, you better.
All right, see you at 11. Thank you, JB. And still to come here at 6, stock set more records. We'll have that update with our crew from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. After this quick break, Doug's back with your full weather on the One's forecast.
Back to you, Sharon.
Nice weekend indeed. Thank you, Doug. And now here's tonight's Carolina Minute. The family of a teen who strangled herself in the back of a police cruiser in 2011 has filed a lawsuit against several Charlotte-Mecklenburg police officers. The teen survived, but as a result requires constant medical care. Her family's attorneys say a number of officers failed to properly care for her while she was in their custody. Wilson County Sheriff says the area will no longer use a gas chamber to euthanize animals. The change took effect November 1st, but Sheriff Calvin Woodard waited to announce it until after the election. The county will now only use lethal injection, though Woodard said his preference is not to have to euthanize any animals. Duke University prepares to look back 25 years ago to when the Berlin Wall was torn down in Germany. Students are building a replica that will be torn down in a ceremony Sunday that will be open to the public. These stories and more are available anytime on Time Warner Cable News. The nation's biggest bank is cutting jobs. Let's get the latest on the economy now from our team on Wall Street. Beef prices are up, and they're not likely to come back down soon. The USDA says beef is nearing $6 per pound on average. An economist at Kansas State tells us supply could take more than a year to recover, meaning some restaurant owners will be paying more for meat. Bill Acquiero owns Tavern on the Tracks in Charlotte.
We'll come back down.
Economists say higher demand for better quality beef is also pushing up prices. Tonight at 11 on Time Warner Cable News on ABC 45, President Obama is expected to nominate Greensboro native Loretta Lynch as the next U.S. Attorney General. What her family says about the job and nomination. Finally here at 6, the Twin City is getting a new addition. Artivity on the Green is going to be Winston-Salem's first ever art park. This will feature a unique centerpiece, space for people to play music or create art, and a mural wall. Park developers say this is going to be the vibrant link between the downtown art district and the innovation quarter, and this location has local gallery owners excited. The park is being funded with a grant from the Thomas J. Regan Jr. Foundation. Art for Art's Sake is in charge of this project and says construction will start December 1st. World News Tonight with David Muir is up next.